Good afternoon. Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining this poetry reading and book launch by Jerico Silvers, one of the many virtual events at the 2020 Philippine Readers and Writers Festival, brought to you by National Bookstore with special thanks to Raffles Mackay. So before we start, I want to invite all of you to shop for books online on the National Bookstore website, nationalbookstore.com, and the official NBS store on the Lazada app. You can, by the way, you can also shop from NBS branches all over the Philippines via chat to shop on Facebook Messenger. You can text to order through SMS or Viber. How awesome is that? It is a special offer, no? Only this Philippine Readers and Writers Festival. You can get up to 10% off on local books, including Of Flowers That Bloomed in Fire, and up to 20% off on important books when you shop online from September 25 to October 4 only. So hanggang bukas na lang, please don't miss this opportunity. Add to cart now and check out because limited stocks are available. Okay, so welcome everyone. We will finally officially start this poem reading and book launch of Flowers That Bloom in Fire by Jerico Silvers. What an interesting title, no? Of Flowers That Bloom in Fire. So before we start, I want to introduce our very special guest and author today. So our author, Jerico Silvers, is a 22-year-old Filipino poet and artist. He's currently one of the top contributors of poetry in social media, and his works are already reaching millions and have been shared and praised by global audiences, including, get this, American actress Emma Roberts. Grabe yung reach niya. International na talaga. So, sharp and eloquent, his words are deep yet undeniably relatable. So, Of Flowers That Bloomed in Fire is his very first published book, and just weeks into circulation, is already one of the top-selling poetry books nationwide. Galing! Congratulations, Jericho. So stay tuned, guys, because this is going to be an hour-long inspiration, writing, and poetry. We will be able to get a close look on his journey as a writer, get relevant writing tips, and talk about the art of poetry and writing in general. So through a question and answer portion here. We will also have a very special poetry reading featuring some of Jericho's closest. Ayan. So without further ado, I want to bring in our author of Flowers That Bloom in Fire, Jericho Silver. How are you, Jericho?
Hi, Jovi. I'm very well. I feel so excited to share with you guys some
That's so
stories.
that's so nice. I want to steal some of your plants there because they're looking so fresh and alive.
Yeah,
what a plant What a plantito. We're already excited, no, to hear about the inspiration behind the book, which is already selling so fast. So, kaya now, I will already give the floor to you, okay? Everyone, Jericho Silver.
okay. So, hello everyone. I am so glad that we're here. It's such a wonderful chance to be part of this wonderful event. Um, I am inspired to share with you some of my stories and learnings and dreams. It's still fresh in my memory, those moments where I literally had nothing but my aspirations. I still remember myself staying in national bookstores for hours, you know, just staring at the covers, reading the summaries at the back, imagining how I would write my own one day. It still feels like it's just yesterday. I still remember my mother scolding me so many times for staying up so late, even up until the morning, just because I was so dreamy of writing a book. She would tell me to do my homework and do the household chores instead of, wasting my time and spending a lot of money on notebooks I never filled. It still haven't sinked into me yet that I am here now. Thank you to of all those who supported me, and you know I have a lot of stories to share with you, but the story that I've chosen to share for this time is that about why this book is this way. Why is the title like this? Why are the contents like this? To whom I dedicate this book. That's what I want to talk about now. So I call this story the 3 M's of blooming in fire. So the first M it stands for misery. This book is inspired by my misery, which my biggest misery in life is that I am gay. I spent a big part of my life in pain because of that. I was bullied a lot. I was bullied a lot from school to our neighborhood to even our own house. There would be no day in my childhood that I wouldn't cry because of it. I was always told to change. I was hated. I was persecuted for my existence. I had no safe place to run to, nothing to hold on to, nobody to ask help from. I was just a kid, so helpless, so clueless of what I did to deserve all those pain and what I needed to do to end the suffering. Sometimes all I can do is pray. I remember myself saying, God, please, when I wake up tomorrow, please don't make me gay anymore. I carried that battle for a long time, for many years, causing me to develop social anxiety and depression. I had very few friends, and interacting with strangers was very, very difficult. I can't even talk sometimes. 2 years ago, February 2018, I can't forget that date. I hit rock bottom. I deeply contemplated on ending my life because I could not see that the future will be bright for me. I thought, I'm too tired. I fought my battle well enough. It's time for me to let go. That's what I thought. So I was almost ready then. It's just I wanted to say one last goodbye, especially to my sister. And that would be it. So I did. I sent her a message. I sent her a message, a vague message about how I was feeling. But that goodbye led to the opposite of what I expected, because somehow my friends and my family managed to save me. Though the saving wasn't instant, there would still be some tug of wars, but that was the start of me improving. It's hard to explain how an act of love saved me, but I would say that it gave me hope and strength. It sparked a light in me. It made me see that there is joy and laughter and happiness inside me, and I can stem my growth from that. And this leads to the second M that inspired my book, which is meditation. I took great care of the little flickering light inside me, promising myself to let it grow. I meditated with these thoughts in my mind. I will let love be the source of my strength. I will continue on even though I am a mess. I will embrace who I am. There is beauty that I can create. I am not alone. I don't have to carry everything by myself. I can move from here towards healing. I can be happy, and my life can be wonderful. These are what I told myself. There are many more good vibrations that I try to create and resonate, which is the third M. I intended for the light inside me to grow like wildfire, to spread to other people. I put it into my mission to live this life not just for me, but also for those who love me and need me. I know exactly what it feels to have nothing. And I want to help those who suffer what I have suffered. It feels good to inspire people, at the same time myself, to heal, grow, and be happy. I see myself doing this for the rest of my life.
That is so beautiful, Jericho. You know, I want to let you know that this time you will not be in misery because you're gay. You will be celebrated and loved and appreciated because you are the way you are. Okay? We, your readers, we will be your safe place. Ang kinikilabutan ako sa'yo. You have also inspired us, Sobra, to realize that there is beauty that's waiting to bloom in every child. You have shown us that. So thank you for having the strength to come back and share your inspiring journey. Bawal umiyak. Thank you so much. That is so amazing. Para nakakahiya sa mga readers natin, di ba? So, well, a lot of us, we don't know much about you because a lot of your stuff online, it's just your writing. It's just all of these amazing short stories, poetry. So, give us a bit, of a look into who you are. We read so much of your poems, so we want to know more about who Jerico Silvers. So, okay na ba? I have a lot of questions to answer you. So, guys, I want you to know that please check out this book because it will help you. As it has helped us, it has helped Jericho go through all of these challenges. That we all have our own challenges. We all have our weaknesses. Meron tayo lahat pinagdadaanan. It's all different for everyone. But no matter what you're going through, you are not. Jericho is here. I am here. All of the readers are here with you. We are all in this together. So, yeah. So super nice yung book ni Jericho. It's very uplifting, very inspiring. It will help us go through all of these challenges. Ayan. Now, Jericho, okay na tayo. Hindi na kami emotional masyado. Slight na lang. So, I want to know more about this book. Before that, I want to know, when and how ba did you start writing?
Okay. So, I think I discovered my talent in writing through school activities. I've been so very active at school in contests, yung mga poster making, slogan making. Lagi ako sumasali sa mga ganun. And may mga assignments. And then, yung compliments ng classmates ko and my teachers, it fueled my interest in writing. So that's where I got the idea that I can write. But I haven't, fully devoted myself into writing because I have other interests. But until 2013, I was first year college then. I experienced a heartbreak, and then yung heartbreak ko parang walang makaka-relate sa akin at hindi ako pwedeng mag-rant sa Facebook kasi people are gonna judge me, So I created a Tumblr blog, yung mga emo na. So I created a Tumblr blog and then started posting there. Lahat ng naisip ko na I thought was poetic, yung mga stories ko, mga journal entries, I posted it there. Nang, malayo sa judgments ng mga nakakakilala sa akin. Tapos, some of my posts, may mga posts ako na nag-viral sa Tumblr and then I started gaining followers. So, ayun, na-inspire ako na pagpatuloy ko yung blog ko. So, I did. I posted. And then, ayun, hanggang sa dumami ng hanggang 100,000 yung followers. Tapos, Ayun. So, sa Tumblr ako basically nagsimula. And I recommend it sa mga taong gustong lumayo sa mga judgments, no? Kasi I remember, binablock ko isa-isa yung mga friends ko just in case na makakita nila yung blog. So yun, I started on Tumblr.
Kasi parang wala na yung Tumblr ngayon, no? Parang puro na yata NSFW yung laman ng Tumblr. Parang we migrated that to Instagram. So follow Jerico on Instagram. Nandun na rin siya apart from Facebook. Alam mo, mapapa-thank God for heartbreaks talaga ako sa iyo eh. Kasi like you, ang daming writers na nag-start because of heartbreak. So thank you for heartbreaks, Lord. We can get through this. Okay. Let's go back to your book. No, can you share with us the meaning behind the title? It's such an amazing title of flowers.
Okay. So, part nung shinare kong story kanina, I dedicate the title of the book to people who have been on the verge of giving up, to people who went through fire, to people who think they won't make it. Because I have been there. Of flowers that bloomed in fire means this belongs to you, who chose to hold on despite the uncertainty. You know, to you who present yourself no matter how hurt you are. This belongs to you who choose to live despite the chaos around you. It is a testament about how strong and beautiful a person can be. It is a reminder that you will make it. So, yeah, yung flowers, basically it represents us. Tayong mga individual. At saka yung fire. Dalawa yung nire-represent ng fire. Inspiration and yung challenges. So, yeah, it's a metaphor about overcoming our challenges.
Amazing. Kita mo naman, wedding flowers ko in theme with your book. Pinakandaan ko yan for Jerico. So, Jerico, I want to get more into the process of the writing and the creating of this book. You know, I talked to your editor, Pedro Quijano, said that this book started when she actually saw your post on IG. So it read, the post was, "Be so full of love that you will never run out of it. Be so full of peace that when somebody tries to steal it from you, you can give more." Ganda, grabe. And then she contacted you because of that. And now we have flowers that bloomed in fire. So can you share with us the process behind the creation of this?
Wait, before, kasi I wanna start din sa Tumblr part. So, di ba, nag-start ako sa Tumblr and then I posted a lot sa Tumblr. Tapos, wait. So basically, yung content ng book are the selected poems from my Tumblr. I had around 1,500 to 1,700 posts sa Tumblr. Lahat ng maiisip ko, pinopost ko. Mostly mga two-liners lang. So, parang mga collection siya ng Facebook status. Lahat ng hinanakit ko, nilalabas ko doon. But then I realized, sobrang gulo. After some years of doing the blog, I realized, ang gulo ng content ko. So, nagsimula ako na i-reduce siya. I mean, dinilit ko na yung mga nakaka-cringe. Kasi may mga sinusulat tayo na pag binasa mo ulit, nakikringe ka na, di ba? So, yung mga nagki-cringe na ako no poems, hinahide ko na. Yung iba dinilit ko, yung iba hinahide ko lang. Tapos, ayun, from 1,500 or 1,700, yung post ko sa Tumblr bumaba ng 100 to 120 posts lang. So, yun. Pinili ko lang yung mga, I think, worth publishing. Kasi yung 120 na yun, or na poems na I think good enough, I started sharing them on Facebook and Instagram. And then, I started ng Tumblr 2013, pero yung Facebook ko, tsaka yung Instagram, they only started gaining followers in 2018. Tapos yun, I was contacted by ABS-CBN Books. Nung una, akala ko scam kasi madami nagme-message, book na mas-scam. Sabi, di ko pinansin na kasi meron nag-offer sa akin before, international. Pero na-discover ko scam. Kasi yung sa ABS, akala ko scam din, so di ko pinansin. But they messaged me again. And then yun, we met personally. And then yun, I grabbed the opportunity to get published.
Baka na-hurt yung editor mo kasi siya yata yung nag-reach out sa'yo. Si Kuwei. Parang siya, bakit hindi ako nire-replyan? Scam. Mukha pala siyang scam. Well, anyway, I think while your book is a lot, it's about poetry, no? And well, some people are saying it. Do you think that poetry is the dying art?
I actually think the opposite, Poetry is very much alive nowadays. Poets are getting more creative. They are integrating more art alongside poetry. Some are combining it with illustrations and music and and then may na-attendan ako spoken word poetry event, and then yung poet may kasama siyang musician, and then it was just so beautiful. And also sharing poetry nowadays is very easy because we have social media.
Okay.
So yeah, it's very much alive, and everyone, please continue writing. Do not be discouraged.
That's right. I agree with you. Start and continue writing, guys. Okay? So, well, at this point, I want to get to the part that we are all very excited about. We have two of Jericho's closest friends to read 4 poems straight from the book. So, yeah, I'm very excited. Who are these friends, Jericho?
Okay. So, yung kasagsagan ng pagsusulat ko, may college kami. Silang dalawa, barkada ko. And then, pupunta kami sa, kunwari, break. Tapos, nasa canteen kami, nag-lunch. Tapos, bigla akong sasabihin na, pa-check nga nitong grammar ko, ganyan. Tapos, sa kanila ako palagi nagpapacheck. Kaya, sobrang thankful ko sa kanila kasi they helped me grow and they helped me with my grammar na sobrang bulok ko noon. So, I introduce to you 2 of my closest friends who are also very talented in voice acting, Melody and Antoinette Bourbon. So, hello guys.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello. Nakikita mo ba ako?
No, Antoinette, we don't.
Wala.
Okay lang.
Bakit hindi? Oh no.
It's okay.
Ayan, I think Tonette is the first one to read the poem.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, okay.
Ayan, what is the first poem?
Time to read this. It's called Wildfire.
Okay.
It's on, if you have the book, it's on page 6.
Okay.
Okay. After she read, I will explain the background. So, let's hear it first from Tonette.
Wildfire. Friend once asked me, "Why are you so positive?" I exclaimed, "I am not. I am covered by the same amount of regrets and the same kind of self-doubt as others. I struggle with insecurities and feelings of worthlessness too. But I think what makes a difference is that in this big dark world, where it is so fearsome to shine your light, because it seems darkness will just eat you up, I choose to stay a light. My fire will
Tonet,
someday,
medyo,
some way,
ano
one
lang,
day be
medyo
wildfire.
choppy. Medyo choppy si Tonet ng konti. Ay, try natin
No.
ulit, Tonet.
Sige po.
Sayang kasi nabibitin ka sa poem mo. Sige, let's try again. Ito talaga pagka virtual, ang hirap ng technical difficulties. Once again, wildfire, Tonet.
Ayan. Can you see me now?
Oh,
Okay.
na. Parang wala. Can you see? Andyan ba sila Tonet? Parang wala. Ayan, yan. We can see you na. Okay. Sige, game.
Hello.
One more.
Ayan.
Second try.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay. Let's go. Wildfire. A friend once asked me, "Why are you so positive?" I exclaimed, "I am not. I'm covered by the same amount of regrets and the same kind of self-doubt as others. I struggle with insecurities and feelings of worthlessness too. But I think what makes a difference is that in this big dark world, where it is so fearsome to shine your light, because it seems to just eat you up, I choose to stay alight. My fire to keep burning, my light to keep shining, because in my heart there's this fire will someday, some way, spark somebody else's too. In my heart, I believe a little hope can one day be wildfire."
Thank you so much. So let me share with you the background sa poem na to. I remember nasa isang fast food chain ako. And then nasa fast food chain ako afternoon around 4 p.m. And then yung sunset ang ganda. Tapos I was inspired to write about light or fire. Totoo yung line dito na a friend asked me, "Why are you so positive?" Tinanong ako, bakit ang positive ko na person? And then, gusto ko sabihin sa kanya na, hindi ako positive. Dami kong gabi na, feeling insecure at nag-overthink. So, I wrote this piece to answer yung question na why are you so positive? I am not positive. I am insecure and regretful. Ang dami kong overthink sa buhay. Pero yung sinishare ko na mga poems sa blog ko, I share them because I believe na yung hope natin, no matter how little, it can spread to other people. It can spread inside us and make us better people. And yun yung isa sa mga paniniwala ko na hold on to your light and protect that light and it will spread to many. Yeah. So this is one of my favorite pieces from the book. Okay, I have another poem that I would like Antoinette to read. It's called No Journey. Okay, Antoinette, please read No Journey. It's on page 14 if you have the book.
Okay. Okay, no journey. No journey is ever straight, clear, or steady. It's all wiggly, zigzag, overlapping. Sometimes dark, sometimes thick, chaotic. But one day when you get to the point where there is better perspective, you'll realize that it is beautiful.
Sorry, Antoinette, naputol.
Medyo medyo challenging lang yung Yung
I'm
internet,
so
internet.
sorry.
Okay lang. Nasa Pinas tayo, lahat tayo may masamang internet.
Yeah.
Sad but true, but it's the way of life here. Okay, is the net still here or did she get disconnected? Ayan. The net, can we try again? Okay, parang wala siya.
Okay, sige, ako na lang
Sure.
magbabasa.
Sige, Jericho, please, from the start. Let's
Okay,
go.
from the start.
No Journey by Jerico Silva.
No journey is ever straight, clear, or steady. It's all wiggly, zigzag, overlapping, sometimes dark, sometimes thick, chaotic. But one day when you get to the point where there's better perspective, you'll realize that it is beautiful. When you see things in the big picture, you learn the unsureness, the chaos, the imperfections can be embraced. So wherever you are now, just keep going.
Grabe. Ang ganda, no? Anong ibig sabihin nito, Jericho?
So, lingid sa kaalaman ng nakararami. Ako ay graphic artist. I also do illustrations. And yung style ko, mostly line art. Wait, hindi ko alam. Oh, may sample. So, ganun yung mga drawing ko. And then, yung no journey, nag-drawing ako tapos yung mga line na kagaya nito. Yung drawing ko, ganito. Tapos na-realize ko, yung mga line na ganito, parang journey natin sa buhay. Hindi siya straight, hindi siya, magulo. Pero, pag tiningnan mo siya, as a whole, ma-appreciate mo yung beauty ng zigzag na lines. So, I compared yung art, yung illustration style ko to our journeys. And I want to send out a message to people na, kahit daming liko-liko sa buhay natin, at the end, it will still be beautiful. So, wherever you are now, just keep going.
That's so great. Thank you for that, Jericho. And thank you, Tonette, for reading the first poem. Sana talaga nabasa mo yung second, pero, well, internet. So before we go to your second friend, Melody, a lot of people are already asking, where can we buy the book? Well, you can, guys, anyone who's watching now who has no copy of the book yet, please go to the National Bookstore website. It's there. You can add that to cart. It's 10% off today until tomorrow. Also, if you're on Lazada, you can go to the Lazada app, National Bookstore official store, and check out from there. 10% off yan today until tomorrow. Okay. Also, Jericho, may special request. May birthday daw today. She's spending her birthday with us. So it's Paula Monica. I-greet mo naman daw siya.
Wait, hindi ako marunong mag-shout. Hello, Paula Monica. Hindi ako first time ko mag-shout out. Hello, Paula Monica. Happy birthday. Sana masaya today.
Yeah, and I'm sure she's very happy and inspired because she is with us today. Happy birthday, Paula! Okay, so let's go to the second really, really good friend of Jericho who will read 2 more poems for us. Jericho, sino to? Can you introduce her?
So, Melody, one of my closest friends again. Mga pinagpapachikan ko again ng mga grammar ko. So, let's get straight dun sa poem. I chose 2 poems for her. So,
yes, I have my book here.
Wait, anong page? Ito. So, ito, one of my most shared poems. It's called, actually, wala namang title yung poems ko, pero minsan ina-assignan ko sila yung first sentence. So, yung unang babasahin ni Melody is on page 16. I call this It's Okay. So, Melody, please.
Okay. It's okay. Cry even if you don't know exactly what you're crying for. Sometimes you're just too tired of many things, of being strong for too long, or wandering too far, of carrying things all by yourself and not being able to come back home. But also know sometimes it's all right to be exhausted, because sometimes it means you did and kept doing the right things. It's just that it did not end as early as you expected it to, or too much more than you thought you could handle. But sooner or later, you'll see things get better, and all that will remain to you is pride.
So this poem, hindi ko na maalala kung kailan ko ito sinulat, pero basically this is for myself. Kasi sometimes, alam mo yung feeling ng heavy yung dibdib mo, pero hindi mo alam kung bakit. So I wrote this poem for that feeling. And I wanted to remind myself that it is okay to feel, it's okay to feel heavy. Kasi yung feeling na yun, meron yung cause. Sometimes we endured a lot of pain, or we've been facing our challenges. But gusto ko din sabihin na lilipas din yun, yung feeling na yun, and marirealize mo you are being strong, and everything will be okay. And one day, mag-look back ka, yung feeling na yun, wala na. Tapos, maging proud ka na lang sa sarili mo na you chose to hold on. So, this piece is for that feeling. Yeah, that's it, Joby.
Yan, okay.
Oh, wait!
So,
Sorry.
next, meron pa ang pabasahin si Melody, di ba?
Yeah.
That's okay. The fourth poem by Melody. Sige, let's go, Melody.
Okay, wait. Yeah, okay, sure. Basa mo na.
You being here, presenting yourself to the world, despite your 1,000 misses and scars, is an accomplishment. I know there are a lot of things that drain you silently. I know you have a lot of struggles that have been there for so long. You deal with so many frustrations, fight so many inner demons. I want you to know that I am proud of you and believe that you are strong. Don't say you're weak. Don't think you're incapable. What you're showing now is great courage. You'll get through this. And when you do, you'll go many places, celebrate great stories, move many people. Believe in yourself.
Okay, so again, this was supposed to be a note to self. Kasi sometimes I am so shit. Yung feeling na ang dami mo ng pagkakamali sa ibang tao, tapos nahihiya ka na mag-show up. So, this piece is for that. And yung simple act na mag-show up, I want to remind others na it is already great strength. Just showing up, presenting yourself to the world, no matter how hurt you are, no matter how messy you are, is already great courage, and it's an accomplishment. And you have to be proud of yourself. Yeah, and then one day we will get through all of this, and
It's so nice, listening to these poems. Kasi parang when you talk about the story behind them, you talk about the things that sometimes you don't want to talk about. Yung nahihiya tayong pag-usapan. Yung mga like that, nakakahiya sometimes to show up to other people. You have that but we don't talk about it. So it's so nice kasi we feel that we are not alone in these feelings, di ba? That other people are feeling it. So thank you, Melody and Tonette, for those amazing poetries. I want to go now to the Q&A section because a lot of people in the comments are already they also have a lot of questions for you. So everyone, I encourage you to put your questions for Jericho Silver in the comments down below. Maybe can help you with whatever problems or challenges you're facing, or it can help you with your writing. So this is the best time to ask him all of your questions. Okay? We have an interesting discussion point during this Q&A, So I want to invite everyone also to feel free to share your opinions and thoughts down below about this discussion point. Our discussion point for today is, what do you think are the biggest challenges for aspiring poets and writers nowadays? Because it's a different time. It's different times now. So much anxiety. So many has changed because of the pandemic. So what are the new challenges that we may be experiencing? How are you dealing with all of it? So if you want to share your thoughts to everyone who's watching, please put that in the comment box below. Okay. So for me, I want to share what the biggest challenge for me as a writer. And I want to ask your thoughts on this, Jericho. I think for me, the biggest challenge is writing fatigue. So as a writer myself, well, I do that for a living. You know what? Writing day, hour after hour, diba? Parang one thing after another, you're writing like a machine. I know what that feels, and it's super tiring. So parang at the end of all that, ubus na ako. I have no time to write for myself. So ikaw, Jericho, because you write so many things, you publish almost every day on your socials. Do you feel this fatigue, and what's your tips to those who might be feeling this writing fatigue? Ayan, parang medyo, ayan na, you're back. Okay, game. Ayan, can we test your audio? Parang medyo ano pa yung video and audio ni Jericho. So, we'll wait for him to fix that. I think
Can you hear me?
super challenging na mga nangyari. Yes, there. Okay. Ayan.
Okay, sorry, can you repeat your question?
No, that's okay. Okay lang. So for Jericho and for all of you who is just joining now, our topic for today's Q&A is, what do you think are the biggest challenges for aspiring poets and writers nowadays? So I've mentioned that for me as a writer, as a writer who's doing it for work professionally, writing day after day, one thing after another, it's super tiring, it's super exhausting. So para after writing all of that for work, you have nothing else left for yourself. Sometimes you want to write what you're feeling, what you want to, just the story you want to tell, but wala na, ubus ka na. So do you also feel this writing fatigue, and what are your tips to overcome?
Okay, so nung nagta-Tumblr ako, hindi ako everyday nagsusulat. Kung kailan lang ako may ma-feel. You know? And I think it's okay to just take your time and, don't compare yourself to others na nagpo-post every day or, So, just be your authentic self. Kasi ayoko rin naman magsulat yung mga poems na pilit na. Pero hindi kasi ako professional writer. I mean, hindi ako, yung daily job ko is not writing. So, it's just my passion. Pero, sa perspective na passion lang, just be yourself, be authentic. Pero I think, sagutin ko yung tanong na what do I think is the biggest struggle ng mga aspiring writers nowadays? I think it's the gaining followers. Kasi ang daming nagsusulat ngayon, and it's hard to parang gumawa ng pangalan mo sa social media or kung saan man. Um, ang tip na mabibigay ko doon is just, it really takes time, you know. Ako, it took me 7 years to create this. Manipis lang, pero it took me 7 years and sobrang konti lang ng words and it took me 7 years. Just be patient with yourself, be patient sa process, and just believe in yourself that you will get there. So, yeah, just be authentic and be patient.
It really starts with yourself, no? You can't really just wait for people to believe in you or want to read you. It really has to start with yourself, that I believe in myself, I believe in what I'm writing, and I love what I'm writing. And then that everything follows. So I encourage everyone, if you have questions for Jerico Silvers, anything about experiences, about challenges you're going through, about any writing questions, please put them in the comment box below and we will answer that. Oh, well, we have another question first for you. This is interesting because a lot of writers has this writing space or writing mood na parang pagka wala ako sa mood, parang wala eh. Ganun. So do you have that, or do you have a special writing mood or space that you go to when you do something?
Wala actually. Sobrang random ko na tao na, wait lang, may papakita akong picture. Pwede ba? Sige, dito na lang. Wait lang. May papakita akong picture. Pinicturean ako ng ka-work ko. Nasa LRT ako. And then I was looking sa sunset. Makikita niyo ba? I was looking sa sunset and then hindi nila alam, nagsusulat na ako ng poem na yun. Yung time na yun. I was writing on my mind. And yung inspiration ko, it comes from random things, you know. May makikita akong maganda, tapos magsusulat na agad ako doon. It happens randomly. Minsan, nasa work ako, kalagitnaan ng work, may maiisip ako. Minsan, kumakain ako. So, walang particular space for me kung nandun ako nagsusulat. It happens everywhere and randomly.
Sometimes parang you just have to appreciate that may mga moments of genius na it happens in the shower, in the LRT. So have your phone ready. Kasi pagka may mga spark of parang, write it down agad. Yeah,
I have I have notebooks like this. So kapag may mga ideas ako na naisip, sinusulat ko agad sa ganitong klase ng note. Yun. So
that's great. Yeah, that's sometimes for other people, it's better to still use a pen and paper. It's a different experience compared to cell phone. So it's good to have that in handy, a notebook or a notepad in your phone. We have a question here from birthday girl Paula Monica. Ayan, very interesting question. Sabi niya, Jerico, how can I let go of things that I thought will help me? It's really hurting me and draining me every single day. So it gives her happiness daw, pero it's also sometimes challenging and painful for her. So how does she let go?
Well, I think you have to weigh kung alin yung mas mahalagang happiness. Minsan kasi yung happiness short-term lang. Minsan yung happiness mababaw lang, or you know. And then kung mababaw lang yung nabibigay sa yung happiness nitong mga bagay na to. For example, milk tea. Di ba minsan nakakapag-happy sa atin yung milk tea. Pero kapag napasobra tayo, mamaya magka-diabetes tayo, di ba? So, you have to weigh kung alin yung happiness na ipaprioritize mo. Siyempre, gusto natin i-prioritize yung happiness na long-term and madadala natin sa, hindi lang sa moment na to, kundi for that, sa mahabang panahon. So, weigh which happiness is more important and go for that.
Ang ganda. Hindi lang applicable sa life but also sa milk tea cravings natin. Okay, there's a question also from Bab Cabanhen. Did I read that right, Bab? The question is, do you also write poems in Filipino?
Yeah, I started writing in Filipino. Pero nung nag-Tumblr kasi ako, I switched to English kasi yung dream ko talaga is to reach a global audience, not just Filipinos, you know. I wanted to inspire the world. Big dream, alam ko. Pero, so, I started writing more sa English. Pero, yeah, before I was writing, I was very political before. Yung mga sinusulat kong poems na Tagalog about politics, about government, about Juan Taman. But yeah, it changed. Hindi ko din alam, pero nagbago eh. Yeah, I'll show you. So I have this journal. This is my first journal. Tapos, andito yung mga Tagalog ko na poems. Ito yung mga title yan. Juan, mamatay ka na. I wrote this in 2013. Galak. Ayan, so ang dami ko ring poems ng Tagalog. Pero hindi ko shinare kasi sobrang immature. I mean, hindi pa siya ganun kaganda.
I think it shows your growth and development as a writer. Because sometimes what we think, what we love, it changes over time, diba? And it's nice to keep those things, those you've written from way before. It shows you a perspective na I've come so far, right? There's also an interesting comment here for you from Denny Ciceron. Do you have a podcast or YouTube? Because you have a great voice na bagay pang podcast. Super calming and therapeutic. Ayan na, mag-start ka na.
Wala pa, pero sinasuggest din ng friends ko mag-podcast ako. Pero I haven't tried. Pero meron akong YouTube. Kaka-start ko lang actually. Pero, ayan. Abangan nyo. Meron ako YouTube. Search nyo lang Jerico Silvers. Makita nyo. I posted some videos there.
Yon, Denny, follow mo na yung YouTube and then we'll wait for the podcast to release very soon. Okay? So sadly, we are approaching the end of this event because we are kind of running out of time. So I would like to take this opportunity to thank everyone who is watching and who has joined this book launch and poetry reading with our author, Jerico Silver. So before we end, Jerico, I would like to give back the floor to you. So you can read the poem that's on the back of the book and share with us the story that's behind. Okay? So ladies and gentlemen, Jerico Silver.
So, minention ko kanina na nung nagsisimula pa lang ako, I was always looking at sa likod ng mga books na national bookstore, and then I would imagine how would I write my own. Hindi ko na-imagine na ganito yung itsura ng likod ng libro ko, pero gusto kong i-share yung meaning. So basically, this is the summary ng mga hinanakit na nandito sa loob. And I want to read it to you. For the mistakes, the mess, the time that flies. For the regrets, the losses, the nostalgia. For the anguish, the confusion, rivers we fathom. For the dreams we chase, wishes upon the stars, the endless paths we take. For the fire we started, the light we hold, the flame that burns. For the flowers that grow, love we cherish, the hope and the inspirations. For the heartaches we all share, I offer this book.
Thank you so much. Jerico, would you like to take this opportunity to thank everyone who is watching and invite them to grab a copy of your book and follow you on social?
So thank you to National Bookstore for this wonderful event, and to my publisher, ABS-CBN Books. You can guys follow me on Instagram and Facebook and Tumblr and YouTube. Just search Jerico Silvers. And yeah, you can grab a copy of my book now. Available sa national bookstores and magiging available sa nationalbookstore.com. Tama? And yeah, it's also available sa Shopee. So guys, please get a copy of Flowers That Bloomed in Fire.
Thank you so much, everyone. That is Jerico Silvers. On behalf of National Bookstore and ABS-CBN Books, we would like to thank all of you for joining us today. Please shop for Of Flowers That Bloomed on Fire on nationalbookstore.com and on the official National Bookstore official store in the Lazada app. You can check that out below if you're on the Lazada app right now. So, okay, again, that's 10% off all local books, including Of Flowers That Bloom on Fire. You can get that for 10% off and up to 20% off on imported books when you shop online from September 25 to October 4 only. So until tomorrow, 10% off on Of Flowers That Bloom in Fire. So check out now because stocks are limited. Okay? There are more virtual events coming up for the 2020 Philippine Readers and Writers Festival. Check out the complete lineup by visiting readersandwritersfestival.com or following National Bookstore on Facebook at NBS Alert and on Instagram at National Bookstore. Ayan. Thank you again, everyone, and have a super amazing afternoon and weekend. Bye, Jerico.
Bye, Joey. Thank you.